Well, I'm just sitting here, the sun is rising.
Good morning. We are hanging out in the camp this morning, and I thought I'd show you what a bit of a typical morning looks like for us. We've been here for a couple of weeks now at this little campsite in Darwin, which has been awesome because it means that we've been able to sort of get into a bit of a routine, because when we're on the road driving up, it was just every day pack up in the car drive. But we're getting into a routine here now, and it's kind of the same as being at home but a little bit more difficult. So I'll show you what our typical day looks like. Time to do the dishes. No dishwasher here, is there, Missy? With friends to play with, swimming pools to jump in, and a campground to explore, it has definitely been harder for some to stay on task.
JJ, the ants will bite your nose. Oh, you busy.
I'm videoing Josh getting distracted in one of his many jobs. Josh starts a job and he gets distracted. An hour later he comes back and he does a little bit more on it. He gets distracted.
No, that's Angie.
No, it's you.
No, it's not. Not on dishes.
Most mornings we try to fit in a workout using whatever we can to be nature's gym. It feels like such a luxury to be able to do this every morning, because at home we are just too busy. This is the one that drives me nuts the most, is keeping this little lounge area here tidy. Always messy, and it drives me crazy because then all the grass and stuff comes into the caravan. So every day I don't have a vacuum cleaner, so I get down with my dustpan and brush and I sweep the dirt. Literally, I sweep the dirt every day. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it keeps me happy.
Just sweeping off our mat. Give it 20 minutes and Josh will kick dust all over it, jumping around with JJ.
I'll do it all over again.
Reminds me, if anyone's ever been to Europe, especially in Turkey, that I can think of, where the little old ladies have got their dustpan and brush and they're brushing it all
Debate
off.
this morning is whether or not to have a shower or go for a swim at the springs. The kids are saying have a shower.
Josh is correct because he's not getting his own way.
I'm going to have a swim.
We're going to go for a swim because showering's too much of an effort.
We're just not allowed to put our head under because the other day we did, and then we saw the sign after that I've got an ear infection.
So yeah, in these hot pools, the back they do have, or they're not even hot pools, but in these springs they do have bacteria levels, and the locals say they're fine. And we didn't get ear infections, but Luke got an ear infection, so we're just gonna
Play safe.
we're gonna do an old lady swim, won't we? Where we don't put our head under. Springs around Darwin, including Berry Springs, are well known for being important in the rest and relaxation of army and military personnel during World War II. And it's easy to see how they would have boosted morale. Creek flows through to Darwin Harbour via a mangrove-lined estuary, and like most of the swimming holes around the area, is checked regularly for crocs by rangers and is closed in the wet season. Thailand, but you have to pay for it. Fish cleaning. We hadn't realised that part of our morning bath would include little fish feeding off the dead skin on our feet, just like a trip to Bali. I got a video of the fish biting Dad's feet, eating his dry skin on his feet. Yeah. That's about that big? I know, how cool is that?
I just got my toe. Just got my toe now.
Oh, are they getting me?
My toe.
I don't like it. Like the experience a little bit less than others. Oh, I hit my leg! Oh, that's so weird. Come here, yeah. Come here. Yep. We finish up at the pools and then head off to get our mail.
Walking into reception.
We arranged with a friend before we left for her to pick up all of our mail and send it up to us whenever we're somewhere for a longer period of time.
Outdoor cinema, complimentary. Markets in the morning, complimentary.
Then it's back home to do the washing. So we're going to do the washing now. We've got the pizza dough rising, and the washing is a bit of an all-day affair and almost a two-person thing because with our little twin tub you have to do a wash and you got to pour all the water in, and then you got to wait for it to do its thing, then you got to drain the water out, then you got to lug some more water over and rinse it again. It needs 3 rinses to get it, I wouldn't say clean, but less dirty than it has been. So I'll show you what our little washing process is and why it takes us half a day to do. While we wait for the washing to dry, the hottest part of the day is spent trying to stay out of the sun, catching up on schoolwork or phone calls from home.
Bring up the bottom and D. Yep.
The awesome thing about homeschooling is that we can spend time with the kids teaching them all of the things that we think are important for them to learn. Sometimes this does need to be monitored. What are you doing, honey?
I'm showing Josh the little boy that plays the Deliverance song in the banjo. He's getting a sneak peek, bit of a snippet of Deliverance.
Is that appropriate?
This part's alright. When you're showing the bad parts.
Is that because you're learning it on the guitar?
I was playing the guitar before, yeah.
Joshy's looking a little bit traumatised.
Here you go. You like this tune?
Terrible.
You little banjo. You can play the banjo and I'll play the guitar.
Yeah. Really bad.
Once the day cooled off, we headed back into Darwin to go to the Mindel markets and watch the famous sunset. Us and a million people watching sunset on Mindel Beach. So many people taking a photo of the sunset.
So that beer can regatta on the member?
Yeah, beer can regatta today. I'm going to take a photo now. What do you got, Joshy? I'm taking a video. This was your goal, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Look at me. Alright,
Yacht.
how's that?
Awesome.
Then it was back home to have the incident with the horrible cane toads.
I'm going to finish my dinner quickly because I'm going to go cane toading with my friends Balin and Reef. So we step on them.
Yeah?
So we get a stick, we go like that, so that's it, and then you stab it, and then you rip its back legs off so it can't go, and then you just rip it apart.
I don't think that sounds ethical.
Why?
That's not a nice thing to do to a cane toad.
They're deadly things, they kill Australian reptiles.
Okay, we might chat about this one to Dad and discuss further how you go cane toading.
No.
Maybe you could just find the cane toad.
You don't rip them apart, you just stab them and kill them.
Okay, all right, well, we'll talk more about it. How about we have dinner?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was the one that caught me. You were the one that caught me. Who caught you?
All right, so JJ here is in the dog box this morning, aren't you, JJ? What did you do this morning? I got up early to watch the stars this morning. I saw 7 shooting stars, but no one believes me. And JJ, I let him off the lead for about 10 seconds and he took off into the bush in the dark and I couldn't find him. He came back after about half an hour, but he had all this stuff down his back. And we have just found out that there are cane toads up here, so I knew they were in Queensland, but we didn't really realise they were in the Northern Territory. And Joshy met some friends and found out that there are cane toads in Northern Territory, didn't you, Joshy?
Mhm.
You went looking for cane toads, didn't you?
And this is my axe to kill them.
So we haven't killed any cane toads, but I can see why people do. They're a real pest. So anyway, JJ had all this toxic stuff on his back. We think it might have been from a cane toad. He hadn't eaten it, and so I had to wake Luke up to help me give him a bit of a bath under the tap, a cold water bath under the tap at about 5:30 this morning. So he's sitting there very quietly trying to keep out of everyone's way because he's in the dog box.